Hey everybody, welcome back to my Pokemon Prism walkthrough. I'm your host, DeoGenZ, and today we are heading north of our last gym battle town, our last gym battle city, that being Oxalis City, where we got the Pyre badge. So we head north to further train our Pokemon and hopefully add a new member to our team in this route. Yes, there are some good Pokemon that you can find out here. You can find Vulpix if Cyndaquil isn't the one to light your fire. And Vulpix evolves with a Firestone. I'm not exactly sure how available Firestones are in this game, but just some foreshadowing ahead. It looks like the developer might be incorporating some kind of mining elements in the caves. I'll talk about that later. But Firestones may be obtainable in future beta releases or final releases later on. But here we go. Here's the Pokemon I'm looking for, guys. I love my Cyndaquil. He's going to stay on my team. And don't worry, guys, I am going to evolve him as soon as I can because evolution helps a great deal, especially in a ROM hack where I'm not sure exactly where to go. Somewhat of a blind run. So we don't want to kill this Maru. We want to add this one to our team. It will definitely help us against any strong fire types like we just came across in the past town. And in the recent episodes, not so recent, but the past episodes is more like it, I mentioned Maru, and this is really a vital member to anybody's team who is going to train in Oxalis City. Whether it's the fighting dojo that has the fire-type master who gives you Cyndaquil, or it's just the fire-type gym with the Pyre badge. Maru is a great addition to your team. Tip of its tail is lighter than its body, so it lets it float along the surface without drowning. I see that being all good, but since it kind of floats on its stomach then, because its tail is like a bobber, doesn't the rest of its body sink down? I don't know. I don't know Maru blubber mechanics, but I'm going to nickname my Maru, and it's at level 6. Josiah, that was his name, who gave us the Pyre badge. We did well, but we could have done much damn better if we had Maru on our team a little bit earlier. And as you see in the future episodes, I believe it's the next episode, you're going to see a transition in the roster stats. Pay attention to those guys on the sidebar, or wherever it may move to on the screen. But reason being is because we're going to transfer over to that other save file, and in that file, I got Maru a bit earlier. Therefore, its level is a lot higher than it is now. So, just to clear up any confusion that we may have, here is a quick battle showing off Vulpix. Pretty cool sprite. I'm guessing it's regular Pokemon Gold sprite because Vulpix was naturally in the game. But this will act as great experience points for Maru at this early age, when all it has is mere bubbles, because they are still super effective against fire types. And of course we could always pull off the switch out method of training. That's always great to pull with the earlier leveled Pokemon, especially when you have higher levels in your team, which I do! But we won't lead with Maru. Cyndaquil has us handled. Oh, that's a nasty quick attack, though. You got this, Cyndaquil! Oh, holding on by 3. Quite epic. And there we have another 3rd gen sprite recoloring. Pretty awesome. I'm trying to think what those colors come from. It almost looks like a darker shading of Dewgong's sprite, except applied to a Shuppet. Very interesting. Again, I'm fascinated with the process that goes into making these things, and I'm very interested with the process. I'm listening to too many New York comics and Boston comics on my Pandora Android phone. Yeah, I love Pandora. Allows me to access my radio the way I want, and whenever commercials come on, I just turn down the volume. So, it's no matter to me. And that's a cheap shot. That's bullshit. I call shenanigans on that. Nobody gets experience points. What was that for? Who succeeds? That's a total retreat move. That kid was totally emo. You could tell by his browner shirt to show his poo-colored outlook on life. It's quite shitty if you ask me. It's fucking self-destructing pine cones. Pine echoes. Oh, I can't believe that I still called those things pine cones for the longest time. Oh, you guys are quite lucky that I didn't release some footage that I had recorded on my camcorder earlier of XD Gale of Darkness, in which I believe I referred to those Pokemon as Pinecone. And then as I walked through the door of the facility in XD Gale of Darkness, the main laboratory, I guess you could say, where you purify your Pokemon, I was thinking to myself, Pinecone? Really? No, not really. Not really at all. But we found 3 cloths. And now with this cloth, remember earlier in Oxalis City we came across some fashionable fashionistas who could help us with our appearance, thus the changed sprite. Oh, see, he's even talking about his look that he got at Oxalis City too. And I believe that his trainer sprite that he walks around with the overworld was also available. And that's a freaky Lunatone. Holy shit. It looks like a zombie Lunatone. A Zombatone. And it's quite bulky too. Oh, of course, it's got to harden. Of course. We have to be hard zombies. And that's so wrong, I don't even want to think about that, but I hope this thing is attack, not a special attacker. Good. We can potion. But anyway, going back to the cloth after that disturbing zombie tone rose from the grave, and it took us out anyway. Fucker. Ah, critical hit. What a dick. We're gonna bite that shit. You can't defeat Rex. It's super effective. Yeah, my Rex is bulkier, bitch. Anyway, I keep diverging from the point. That zombie tone was very disturbing. So the cloth, you take that back to Oxalis City, and you go to the color-changing zone. Not the area where we changed our actual character's model, where you could change it to be your rival's model if you even wanted to do that. Pretty interesting. You could be red, you could be your rival, you could be a whole who's who of the Pokemon sprites. And I think that's a very awesome option that I'm surprised Nintendo hasn't enacted in its games. But when you go to the special cloth zone and you see all the different options you have for color, talk to the designer there and he'll attempt to make you some dyed clothing. I say attempt because sometimes he fails. I don't know why this is. It's a random mechanic that's thrown into the game that the developers have programmed in there. Maybe it's a glitch. I don't know. I doubt it because he's got dialogue for it. So it's a pretty well-versed glitch if you ask me. But sometimes he fails, and that makes it more difficult to get different types of colors fast. Right off the bat, you're going to see I'm going to unlock the yellow color sprite, which will be toting around as gold, because this is a gold ROM hack after all, so it's not yellow, it's gold color! And that'll be coming up later. But he did fail on 2 out of 3 of the cloth pieces that I found in that one Pokeball item. So it's interesting. You know, it's a very strange mechanic because I'm not sure completely where to get more cloth from. If it's available out in the wild, if Pokemon are holding it as an item, that could be a possibility. Maybe I have to use some sort of item snatching move. I don't know. But again, I have to be reminded that this is a beta, so much more is to be programmed into this. It's looking to be maybe 2 more years, or at this point 1 more year of development, and then we could probably see a full release. But interesting thing about the site that I noticed, at least Chrome picked up on it, and that's why I don't link their site anymore, but I did in my first few episodes, so Google Pokemon Prism if you're looking to get the ROM hack. But anyway, I was going on Chrome to check on their site for a few facts, to see if they had any more data about maybe walkthroughs that have already been done that I could look into to see how long this ROM hack was. And Chrome picked up as it spreading viruses. Now, I can't believe that because I had been there before, and I thought with Chrome, so I can't imagine what it would be. I scanned my system afterwards, everything was fine, but I didn't go past the forbidden zone. I already had this ROM hack, no need to go back, especially if it had been taken over by hackers. Who knows? Could be. So I just say, ROM hackers beware. ROM hackers beware. Scan everything, every file that you get before trying it out. That's probably my biggest tip to anyone who is looking to get into ROM hacks for either Let's Play recordings or just for the fun of it, because let's be honest, guys and gals, this is for your enjoyment here. That's why I am going on this new adventure. It's new. That's the thing. It has not been really seen by many people in the Pokemon fandom community. It's been rarely seen by me, in fact. So we're exploring new trails in the Pokemon story universe that's created by users. And I really see that most excellent content comes from user-generated information. Whether it's textures for Brawl, I've seen so many sites based on textures. And that's just because Nintendo didn't include any way or download system for you to update your Brawl, even though they had Wi-Fi capabilities, but they fell through on that. So, mostly the hardcore audiences that are the fans of the series produce some of the best content. It's seen in Pokemon ROM hacks, it's seen in Brawl. That was a morph into the next cave. Here we have our rival. But it's seen all across the map in hardcore fandom. So what do you think, guys? What is some of the most awesome user-generated content? Minecraft, Pokemon ROM hacks? What have you seen? Tell me in the comments section below. And in the next episode, we will face our rival, who is still humorously named Raider, I believe. So he hasn't made the shift to re-nicknamed Matt, but he will in the future. So I will see you tomorrow, guys, in which we will battle our rival. I wonder if he's going to cut us up.